Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is Spoken by Reddit, is an YouTube channel dedicated to sharing real, anonymous Reddit stories. And now, we'll continue with some more gripping Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. The post is titled, I Stopped Breathing After Hearing What My Father Did to My Daughter at Night. Part 1. The night everything turned poisonous. There are moments when your body reacts before your brain does. Before you can think, before you can deny. That was the moment I stopped breathing. Not because I was surprised, but because something inside me already knew. I just hadn't been brave enough to face it. If you were watching us that night, you would have seen nothing wrong. No raised voices, no tension in the air. Just routine, the most dangerous thing of all. My daughter finished her dinner quietly. Too quietly, she barely touched her food. I told myself she was just tired. Parents lie to themselves all the time. Steam filled the bathroom. I washed her hair slowly. She flinched when I touched her shoulder. Just slightly, I noticed, and I ignored it. Kids are sensitive, I thought. Don't overreact, don't imagine monsters where there are none. She climbed into bed without her usual complaints. No stalling, no jokes. That scared me more than screaming would have. Good night, sweetheart. Silence. Good night, Daddy? I sat on the edge of the bed. The mattress dipped under my weight. She stiffened. That's when my chest tightened. Daddy? She whispered. Yeah, baby? Long pause. So long I almost spoke first. Can Grandpa sleep somewhere else tonight? I laughed. Instinctively. The wrong response at the worst time. Why would you ask that? She didn't answer. She turned her face to the wall. Her voice dropped even lower. Because he comes when it's dark. My body reacted before my mind did. My stomach dropped. My mouth went dry. And I still tried to save the lie. Because once you let the truth in, there is no closing the door again. And I wasn't ready yet to hear what she would say next. Part 2. The words I can't unhear. The room felt smaller after she said it. Not physically, but like the walls were leaning in. I sat there, frozen, staring at the back of her head, trying to decide whether to open my mouth, say something normal, fix it, make this go away. I forced a smile she couldn't see. Sweetheart, I said softly. Sometimes grown-ups check on kids. That doesn't mean anything bad. Even as I said it, my chest burned. She shook her head, slowly, deliberately. No, she said. What do you mean, no? I asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. She pulled the blanket higher, almost covering her mouth. He tells me not to move. He tells me to stay quiet. He says you'll be mad if I tell. Each sentence landed like a blow. Not loud, just heavy. My hands started shaking. I pressed them together, as if that could stop it. My throat closed. I swallowed hard. What does Grandpa do? The question tasted wrong, like poison in my mouth. She didn't answer right away. She stared at the wall. Her fingers twisted the blanket. Over and over. Don't ask. If you don't hear it, it's not real. You can still pretend. Then she spoke, very quietly, like she was afraid the walls could hear. He touches me, and tells me to pretend I'm sleeping. He says it's just a game. But it doesn't feel like one. I stopped breathing, not figuratively, literally. My lungs locked up. I had to remind myself to inhale. This wasn't confusion. This wasn't imagination. This was my daughter telling me the truth. I asked the question I already knew the answer to. Because some part of me hoped I was wrong. Who told you to keep secrets? She didn't hesitate this time. Grandpa. The word hit harder than anything else. Not a stranger. Not a monster in the dark. My father. The man I trusted. The man I left my child with. And in that moment, I knew something terrible. This story wasn't going to end quietly. Part 3. Confronting my father. I didn't go to my room after that. I didn't sit down. I walked straight into the living room. My father was there, sitting in his chair, TV on low volume. Like nothing in the world had changed. This is the man who raised me. This is the man I trusted with my child. And I already knew the answer. Did you go into my daughter's room at night? He didn't look surprised. He didn't look angry. He looked annoyed. Of course I do, he said. She gets scared. I just check on her. His voice was calm, practiced. That scared me more than yelling would have. She says you told her to keep secrets, I said. He laughed. A short laugh. Sharp. Kids say all kinds of things. You know that. She's sensitive, imaginative. I felt my hands curl into fists. She described things, I said. My voice cracked. Things no child should know. He stopped smiling. Just for a second. His eyes flicked away, then back to me. You're tired, he said quietly. You're letting your imagination run wild. Don't do this. My stomach turned. Innocent people don't say that. She asked you not to come, I said. She's afraid of you. His jaw tightened. You're blowing this out of proportion. You're going to traumatize her. By making a big deal out of nothing. He stood up, took one step closer. I didn't move. You're going to ruin this family, he said. Is that what you want? The words echoed in my head. Not denial, not confusion, a threat. What's going on? My mother asked. She stood in the hallway. Half awake. He goes into her room at night, I said. My mother laughed nervously. Don't be ridiculous. Ask him, I said. Silence fell again. My father looked away. My mother stopped smiling. No one said another word. My father walked past us and went to his room. That was the moment I knew. This wasn't going to be resolved quietly. And I was about to lose my family. No matter what I chose next. Silence fell again. My father looked away. My mother stopped smiling. No one said another word. My father walked past us and went to his room. That was the moment I knew. This wasn't going to be resolved quietly. And I was about to lose my family. No matter what I chose next. My mother sat at the kitchen table, staring at a cold cup of coffee. She didn't look up when I entered. We need to talk, I said. She sighed. About last night? About my daughter. She flinched, just slightly, but I saw it. She misunderstood, my mother said. Children say strange things. Your father would never. I interrupted her. You're making this worse, my mother said. She'll forget, if you let her. That's when something broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just, gone. If you report this, she said quietly, you will destroy him. And you'll destroy us. I looked at her, really looked, and realized something devastating. She had already chosen, and it wasn't my daughter. After that, I was alone in the house. Not physically, but emotionally. Every room felt hostile. Every silence felt loud. This is how families disappear. Not with shouting, but with excuses. That night, I packed a bag. Not to leave, but to be ready. Because I knew what came next. And I knew no one would stand with me. Except my daughter. And that would have to be enough. Part 5. The call. Night came back around like it always does. Indifferent, unbothered by what it carries with it. My daughter slept beside me. Her back rising and falling slowly. I stayed awake, afraid that if I slept, I'd wake up a coward. My mind argued with itself. Loud, relentless. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe she exaggerated. Maybe I'm about to destroy everything for nothing. Then another voice cut in. Quieter, but heavier. What if you're right? What if you stay silent? And she learns that silence is the price of survival? My phone felt heavier than it ever had. Like it knew what I was about to do. I turned it over in my hands. Screen dark, silent, waiting. One call, and there's no undo button. My heart pounded so hard it hurt. My fingers went numb. I put the phone down. Picked it up again. Put it down. Again. I thought about my father's voice. Calm, certain. I thought about my mother's words. Think about the family. And then I thought about my daughter. Curled into herself, asking if she was in trouble. Something hardened inside me. Not anger, not hatred. Resolve. If I don't do this, I become part of it. I stepped into the hallway. Closed the door softly, so she wouldn't wake up. I pressed call. I need to report something, I said. It involves my child. Silence on the other end. Take your time, the voice said. And for the first time that night, I could breathe again. When I hung up, the house felt different. Like a line had been crossed. There was no going back. No pretending. No silence. I sat on the floor outside my daughter's room. Back against the wall. Exhausted. Terrified. Certain. I had crossed the point of no return. And whatever came next, I would face it. Part 6. Aftermath and Scars. Morning came quietly. No sirens. No shouting. Just sunlight slipping through the blinds. Like the world didn't care. This is how it always happens. The worst nights are followed by ordinary mornings. My father avoided me completely. He didn't yell. He didn't plead. He acted like I didn't exist. That hurt more than anger. My mother moved through the house like a ghost. Quiet, careful, as if any word might shatter her. My daughter stayed close to me. Always within arm's reach. She followed me from room to room. Daddy, I'm here. You're not leaving, right? My throat tightened. Never, I said. Guilt didn't leave after the call. It stayed, changed shape, from doubt to regret. Why didn't I notice sooner? Why did I laugh that first time? How many nights did she wait for me to see it? The therapist spoke slowly, carefully, like every word mattered. Healing doesn't mean forgetting, she said. It means learning to live without blame. My daughter sat beside me, swinging her feet. Am I bad? She asked suddenly. The room went still. No, the therapist said gently. You were brave. I squeezed her hand. I lost my parents that year. Not in one dramatic moment, but slowly. Phone calls stopped. Holidays disappeared. Silence replaced everything. Sometimes I still miss them. And then I remember why I chose this. My daughter sleeps through the night now. No more nightmares. No more whispered fears. That's how I know I chose right. Sometimes protecting your child costs you everything else. Your parents, your family, your past. But if I had to choose again, I would make the same call. Every single time. If a child trusts you with the truth, believe them, even when it destroys everything else. If you stayed until the end, thank you. Stories like this are hard to tell, and even harder to hear. But they matter, because silence is what allows them to continue. If you believe stories like this deserve to be heard, please consider subscribing to Spoken by Reddit. We share real stories, told slowly, honestly, without judgment. And if this story helped you feel less alone, or helped you see something more clearly, then you're already part of this community. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next story.